It's Conduit News Radio with Paul Harrell.
Folks, it's Election Day, and the polls open at 7:30 today, and they close at 7:30. Welcome back to the program. We've got State Representative Jim Dotson is with us. Jim, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I wanted to have you on, give you an opportunity, really just to address the state. We got to get out there and vote, don't we?
Yep, go vote. That's the message.
It's as simple as that. You've heard that before. If you don't vote, then you don't really have a right to complain. And I tend to agree with that. I mean, go out, have your say, and of course, nationally, the midterms are certainly important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it matters if somebody votes or not. They'll still complain. However, you didn't really voice your opinion when it actually mattered. So, Bottom line, it all comes down to today. Go vote. You got about 12 hours and 23 minutes if anybody's counting. I know I certainly am, but it's a cold, brisk morning. It's a great time to go out there and get in line and start voting. If you procrastinate until the last day, and you got 12 hours, if you procrastinate till the last minute.
Are you heading that way now? Are you working the polls at all?
Oh, I'm outside and trying to keep my fingers warm right now.
Yeah.
Smiling and waving at people.
Wait, would you agree that right now in America, when it comes to the choices that people have, they certainly have two completely different directions? I mean, you can move the country one way or the other.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think as far as what is being offered out there, at least on a national sense, is the opportunity to continue some of the fantastic growth that we've seen in the last 18 to 24 months.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the policies that we've actually started to see take effect and move our country forward in a fantastic way. Arkansas has certainly seen over the last several years an emergence, if you will, of jobs, wage increases, unemployment dropping like crazy, and good economic policies that get people, allow people the opportunity to keep government out of the way, and allow the private sector to really take off and go forward without those government hindrances and roadblocks is critical to an economic future. And of course, that's not to mention a culture of life that has been created. Arkansas is now the second most pro-life state in the nation.
Yes.
And that's not by accident.
Yes.
That's because of intentionally moving forward with pro-life policies, pro-growth policies as far as the state's concerned. And here in Arkansas, we have the opportunity. I mean, we can't do a whole lot about the national stuff. And really, as far as presidential elections and things like that, that's still 2 years away. But as far as locally, every single race does count. And, in the last election in May, there were a couple of races decided in Northwest Arkansas, one by 3 votes and one by 12 votes.
I saw that.
If anybody thinks their vote doesn't count, I mean, the one that was decided by 3 votes, if a husband and wife had decided in their household to pick the other candidate, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
So you have to get out and go vote. And not to say you can't complain, because we all have the right to complain.
Yes.
But as far as this is the chance you have to make your voice matter and make your vote count. And none of us want to wake up tomorrow morning saying that we didn't do everything we could to make sure Arkansas continues to go forward in a positive direction.
Absolutely. Jim Dotson, State Representative, District 93, at the polls. Hey, stay warm, okay? It is brisk, like you said.
Will do.
Okay.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
Talk to
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jim Dotson, everybody. We have with us, who do we have now, Joe? We have State Representative Mark Lowery calling in on this election day.
Radio interview.
Mark, how you doing, sir?
Well, I'm fine, Paul. I'm doing the more unglamorous parts of being a politician, and that's out putting up signs and organizing workers. But it's an exciting day.
Putting up signs and organizing workers. That's good. I know everybody's doing that. I mean, and it's a busy morning. Are you staying warm out there this morning?
Well, it's foggy. I was just telling one worker that doesn't have a sign yet that I'm on my way, but it may not matter for a while because it's so foggy they may not be able to see him anyway.
Talk about number one, Mark Lowery, the importance of voting, obviously, and do you agree? I mean, almost never before in this country there are two clear directions. People can vote one way or another way, but they're pretty. Our country's pretty divided right now.
Well, absolutely they are, and they're divided on some critical issues, especially in Arkansas. Your Republicans believe that the people of Arkansas know best how to spend their money, and so we are looking for every opportunity we can to streamline government and to be able to save money so that we can get it back to the taxpayers through tax cuts. And of course, also issues on education. You know, we feel like the parents are the best arbiters of and deciders of what is best for their children. So that's why we also support school choice. And then also we believe that life is precious and that we should protect it. And so that's a clear separation as far as the issue of supporting pro-life, which I'm honored to have the endorsement of Arkansas Right to Life. My opponent has accepted money from Planned Parenthood. So it's a very clear contrast.
Yeah, very clear. Democrat versus Republican, you know, everyone's fitting in the traditional boxes. You know, in Arkansas, we were just talking to Jim Dotson. We're like the number 2 pro-life state in the country right now.
That's exactly right, and you know that didn't happen overnight. I've actually, in a previous life in politics, was state director of Christian Coalition back in the early '90s, and worked with Jerry Cox and Larry Page on pro-life, pro-family issues, and believe me, we love the way things are today. But it, like I said, it didn't happen overnight, and it certainly didn't happen without the voters of Arkansas saying that, you know, they want conservative leadership, both in Little Rock and also in Washington.
Last question. I just want to make sure everybody knows District 39. Where is it? So if you have any people, you know, constituents that are listening right now, they know they need to go vote for you, Mark. Well,
absolutely. District 39 is primarily the Maumelle area, but it also takes in some great communities of Oak Grove, Marche, Morgan, and also extends down into the Amboy area of North Little Rock, where I am right now, and I've got one of my great supporters standing out here on Military Drive that goes into Camp Robinson, waving a sign for me.
All right. There we go. Mark Lowery, State Representative. Best of luck to you in your reelection, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to your listeners.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good luck, folks. Today we've got kind of jam-packed, trying to get it to as many people as we can. Joe, who do we have next in the tank? All right, welcome back to the program. We have the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Arkansas, Dr. Michael Pakko, is with us. Michael, welcome back to the show.
Good morning again.
I wanted to have your Republican and Democrat counterparts on as well, but I failed. I wasn't able. Well, let's just say they declined to come on the program. But I wanted to talk to you specifically, real quick, as a libertarian, as the chair of the Libertarian Party of Arkansas. What does victory look like for libertarians in Arkansas this election day?
Well, I suppose first off, I should say that we are a political party, and so we'd like to see our candidates elected to office. That said, the poll numbers and the limited resources that our candidates have had to campaign means that that's perhaps something that we'll see in 2020 or 22. But what we'd like to see is our vote totals continue to rise. This is the 4th election cycle that libertarians have been on the ballot in Arkansas, and our votes have increased every time. Many of our candidates are out there raising awareness, letting the public know that there is a third choice, the Libertarian Party, and we hope to see our vote totals rise beyond what they were in the last electoral cycle.
Now, there's a big hurdle that could be achieved this cycle, right? And that has to do with ballot access. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. There's one race that matters when it comes to continued ballot access to the Libertarian Party, and that's the governor's race. Our candidate, Mark West, should he secure 3% of the vote, the Libertarian Party would be a recognized political party in Arkansas, and we would not have to go through the expense and difficulty of petitioning to get on the ballot for the next election. So we could hit the ground running and start preparing our candidates for the next election. So, that's a very important obstacle for us to achieve. Often in the top of the ticket races, people are convinced that if they don't vote for one or the other, the bad one will win. In this case, I think it's pretty clear from the polls that the incumbent is going to prevail.
Yeah.
So that a vote for our candidate, Mark West, is a vote for continued choice in Arkansas election.
So if he gets 3% or higher, the Libertarian Party will have ballot access from the top of the ticket all the way down. Is that right?
That's right. We would. It all depends on that one race. It's kind of a crazy system,
Wow.
if you ask me. But
Wow.
so we have 32 candidates. We could have 31 of them elected to office, and we still wouldn't be a political party if Mark West didn't get that 3%. That's the way it works.
Wow. Well, I would say, just from the idea of getting away from a two-party system, if that's the goal, and that is the goal of the Libertarians, obviously, then that would be a victory. To get that 3%, that would certainly be a victory for you guys.
Well, I'll tell you, if that occurs, I'm really strongly expecting that it will, then I think our election night watch party will be a joyous event this evening.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Michael Pakko, we really appreciate you coming on the program, and best of luck to your party, and we really just thank you for spending time with us this morning.
Well, thanks for calling me.
All righty. Okay. We'll talk to you again soon.